Rebuild of the favorites. We here for the latest. South side or the north side. Not tuned to the greatest. Home team for the home teams. Both sides got our own rings. On the mound or the long ball. But we don't put the wrong strings. Yeah. It's that time of the year now. Wrigley or Gantes or the whole league that we hear now. New show with a new mood. Discussions and interviews. Straight rumors that might be. This is Pinwheels and Knife.
We're late because it took me and Aldo 5 minutes to stop laughing. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I'm still amazed by.
That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to. We will probably address it frequently during this episode, but for all those that are about to comment, "Oh, you guys are late. You're late. You're late." It's because we had to compose ourselves because this is amazing. It's not even laughter like we're making fun. It's like laughter about how amazing this is.
Yes.
So you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Fucking, I can't even look. All right. 3, 2, 1. What's going on, everybody? It is Thursday, February 9th, and you have found the Pinwheels and Ivy podcast. I'm your host, Matt Sawatsky, aka Southside Zoe, aka Father Zoe, and with me, as always, Mr. Aldo Soto.
I mean, forget about me. We got to get the people.
Yeah, let's just go into it. Fitz isn't here because he's doing some other super cool benefit thing. And then there's NASCAR Mitch, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that listen to the show the next day, you are missing out. Mitch has been in Missouri for maybe 2 weeks now, and he has showed up tonight in a full red and black flannel button-up shirt with a cowboy hat on. And we were a little bit late to starting the show tonight. It's because we had to compose ourselves a little bit before we jumped on, and it's not us composing ourselves because we're making fun of Mitch. It's because this is just a Mitch got us. This is perfect. Like, well played, sir. Well done all around, and it works, man.
I appreciate it.
I don't think I don't. It's not that I don't think. I know I couldn't pull that off. So good for you.
Yeah, we got to sell some merch, so I figured might as well go all out and promoting the NASCAR Cattle Report shirt.
Folks, we got a good show for you. Pitchers and catchers report in 10 days, so you know what that means. It's officially a projections show. So it's projection seasons, everybody. So we're going to be talking about projections, our thoughts on them, and we'll probably just go from there. All that being said, well, howdy, partner. Let's tap this keg. As always, this show is brought to you by Sports Mockery and sportsmockery.com. Make sure you download the app, turn on push notifications, and you'll be the first to know when the Bulls pick up Russell Westbrook after he gets bought out by the Jazz. But yes, in all seriousness, now is the best time probably all year for you to subscribe to Sports Mockery and get the app and do the push notifications. First, you got the NFL draft with the Bears having the first pick and a shit ton of cash for free agency.
NFL free agency is going to be what?
Yeah, you got Cubs and White Sox, 10 days to pitchers and catchers start. You got the NBA trade deadline today, if you're listening to this on Thursday. I mean, and the NHL deadline's coming up too, and apparently Kane and Taves are both getting traded.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to do that. You're going to want to be right on top of the news. The boys have been doing a phenomenal job lately at covering all the teams, maybe a little lacking in the Blackhawks, but we'll work on that. But all the teams. So make sure you're downloading the app, turn on push notifications, and also sponsored by Uncle Bud's, 9700 South Cicero Avenue. I know they're having a big special for the big game. Can't say the real name of it because the NFL sues even small podcasts.
No, we're bad boys, though.
All right, so they're having a Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
Take that, Roger.
It's a great deal.
I dare him.
I mean, all you can eat and drink. The menu is just unbelievable what they got cooking there. It's it's on the higher end, $75 to cover it, but it's worth it when you see the food options: ribs, tacos, burgers, the whole nine. I actually stopped in there last weekend. I was on daddy duty. Me and the boy went to the Children's Museum, which is a couple blocks away, and afterwards we wanted to grab something to eat. Stopped in there, had a burger. My kid loved the fries. We watched a little bit of the Pro Bowl because it was the only thing on TV, but
the Coliseum was on, Zoe.
Yeah, it was. I got some NASCAR knowledge I'm going to drop on you. I didn't.
You got to get your practice watching in.
But Great burger, great fries, great atmosphere. Uncle Bud's, 9700 South Cicero. Go check them out. Tell them Big Zo sent you. You gotta say Big Zo because my cousin runs the joint and he's Lil Zo, so it gets confusing.
Tell them the Cowboy sent you.
That's right.
Cowboy Mitch.
Long day of cattle reports. No better spot than Uncle Bud's.
Cowboy Mitch. So yeah, let's just address this, Mitch. What are you doing?
Well, if you listen to the first 20 minutes of, actually not even, first 5 minutes of last week's show, you'll get the reference from where it's from. If you watched it online, you'll also see. But, for a quick refresher, got a new job in Missouri. One of the things they had for the radio job, so I got hired to do like play-by-play and like some of their sports coverage down there. Part of the job is like cattle reports. Like most people, you lie in your resume. You say, what a cattle report is. I figure, what do the cattle have to report? That'll be easy. I can read. Well, it turns out it's about like stocks and stuff. So first cattle report comes up, and I completely butchered it. Like there's all these numbers on the screen. They're like negative and whatnot. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Is this how many cows died in February? I don't know what a negative like 15.2 means. They're changing randomly on it. So it was like horrible. Completely butchered the cattle report. And so we got this angry call, like, what the hell was that? I'm trying to get my afternoon cattle report. I didn't understand a word he was saying. So, the ongoing joke, cattle report Mitch, because the first report was pretty ugly. I'm not going to lie, though. I'm getting the hang of it. Crushed it on the cattle reports. I was doing the disc jocking during the 5 o'clock hour. Absolute banger.
What kind of music you guys spinning over there?
Unfortunately,
90s R&B and hip hop?
Country music.
You guys playing a lot of Silk the Shocker and like Master P and all that stuff down there?
I wish. I tried to slip in Kendrick Lamar for the 5 o'clock country hit station, and the boss was not having it. He was like, what is this urban crap?
He called it urban.
NASCAR legend Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that later. But
so what are you spinning down there? I know I cut you off. What are you spinning down there?
We got the station I'm on. Well, because ours it has 4 different stations because they do a wide range of sports coverage between Mizzou, the Chiefs, Royals, all the local high school sports. So they have 4 stations in the same building. The particular shift I had that I do the cattle reports on was their country hits.
So
station.
Is it like modern country hits or like
it's a little bit of both? But for mine, so I like replaced all theirs, and then, I'm not gonna lie, I was playing some bangers, so I replaced them all. And like,
I need a Mitch playlist, dude. I've been big into country lately. I need a Mitch playlist, dude.
Johnny Cash, big one. Gotta go, Men in Black. The Man in Black. There's this band Midland that has a song "Drinking Problem" that I really like, so threw that one in there a couple times. Friends in Low Places, classic. Devil Went Down to Georgia. I mean, who doesn't like a good fiddle? So threw that one in there. I mean, it was a pretty good country lineup. I'm
dead serious.
Dolly Parton threw that in there. Yeah,
I love Dolly Parton.
There you go. So
you'd never speak ill of Dolly Parton.
Tomorrow, 1 to 3, I'm going to be running the board. You'll
send me a link.
Reports.
Send me a link, dude.
Yeah, there you go.
Send me. I swear to God, I will listen to every minute of it, Mitch. You send me that, and we're gonna need a Spotify playlist, bud.
Well, no, I was gonna say follow up. We're gonna need the line to call in. We need to give Mitch his love on air.
Yeah,
well, I don't know if it's gonna work because they just called.
I'll call him and be like, hot damn, that was the best goddamn cattle report I ever heard. Holy shit, man.
The funniest was the Chinese spy balloon or whatever was actually flying over Moberly last week. And so we had like 4 people call in saying like, we saw it over the barn. Like, we're going to try and shoot it down. We're like, oh, Jesus Christ. So
this is amazing. I'm dead ass serious, Mitch. Please do not forget. Send me the link tomorrow. I want to listen to you.
I will put it up. I'll put it on now. I'll put it on the Twitter there.
Yeah, that is.
By the way, everyone listening, watching, follow Mitch on Twitter.
Yeah,
Mitch, what's your at? What's your at?
Mitch Kaminsky 99.
Follow.
Gotta get the followers up. I'm trying to sneak into like the playing bracket for the 108 here. Backdoor cover. I don't even know if it's too late or not, but maybe we'll make a run for next year.
Hey, Mitch, if you do sneak in, you have to like do a video with like.
Here, this is Mitch. This is Mitch at Mitch Kaminsky 99. Probably can't read that shit. But here's the picture.
I gotta update that too. That's from a while.
He's looking pretty awkward here, standing with Yoan Moncada.
Yeah, no.
It kind of looks like that's weird. It kind of looks like he ripped a fart or something.
Who knows? Maybe I did.
It's true, but Mitch has many talents, and apparently he is a fashionista as well. This is amazing. So thank you for that, sir.
Yep. Buy the merch too. We got NASCAR.
Yes.
Cattle report shirt. Don't know why you'd want it, but maybe you have someone you don't like. Buy the cattle report shirt.
So 2 things. One, subscribe to the goddamn show, people. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Even if you don't watch this show on YouTube, just real quick go to YouTube and hit subscribe.
Do it right now.
Just do it. Do it now.
Do it right
Like,
now.
stop, pause it. Okay, welcome back. That's how long it should have took you to do that. It took. That's how long. We did make a pretty good jump this week, though. We did make a pretty good jump. We're right at like 400 now. We still got a big mountain to climb to get to that 1,050 days or so, but I think we can do it. We just need a big push from a couple big people. I think we can do it. I called upon the power of the Zawodzki family group chat this week, so that gave us a nice big bump. I try to guilt people on Facebook to do it. I was like, I never promote the show, you assholes. Just go and subscribe it, please. But yeah, subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Takes 2 minutes. Hey, what are we talking about here? 2 minutes, huh?
Every new subscriber saves a puppy. So just
Yep.
If you want to save puppies or see a puppy die, that's on you.
And the other thing is, we got merch. Fids has worked really hard, and I'll give him, credit where credit's due. Fids is busting ass over there. He's putting out new shit all the time. I think sometimes he just gets bored and just starts making shit. Like, there's like wine tumblers on there now. There's koozies.
We got high quality Pinwheels and Ivy with the entire logo, hoodies,
Yeah.
You can get a
yeah.
fanny pack with all
Got
of
a
our
fanny
faces on it.
pack. With our
Got a
face.
6-pack beer holder, aka a fanny pack. Got a cooking apron. Got koozies. Got all kinds of fun shit out there. So
Valentine's
ahead.
Day is coming
I
up.
was
Like,
just
you
gonna
want
say,
something, yeah.
I was just gonna say, Valentine's Day. If you want to be guaranteed a little loving, I can't guarantee the shipping, but you can show her the the email receipt or something. But yeah, go ahead and order some Pinwheels merch, and that's guaranteed second base.
Show her this, and she'll get going.
That's third base. I guarantee that you have a Zoe guarantee. If you order some Pinwheels and Ivy merch, you will get to at least second base by Valentine's Day. Yes, even you listening right now, you ugly asshole, you will get to second base. See, no one even knows what I'm talking about. Everyone just
Because they all just assume.
"Oh,
Yeah,
right."
it could be you. Could be you.
Could be who? Could be you. So
Speaking
yeah,
of ugly, the White Sox projections. Look
nailed
at that
it.
What a
transition.
pro. What a
Nailed
radio
it.
pro.
Nailed it. So the Zips projections come out. This happens every year. It's like a time-honored tradition. For those of you that don't know, Zips, they do it's math. They do a lot of data analysis. They put together a lot of things. They put together these projections. And my biggest question when these projections come out, and I ask it every year because I forget the answer every year yeah. And this year, do you have the whole divisions? I don't have the whole divisions pulled up.
I
Let
got
me
'em.
pull that up. Or you got
Yeah.
it, Mitch?
I got to memorize from.
No, I need it. Let's do
whole
visual
division?
aids here. Let's do
Okay.
visual aids.
Yeah, although you got it.
Maybe if people showed up on time, we could have pre-done this. Anyways,
Well,
well, you were getting
I
pretty.
was late.
when Mitch is late, the more they want to wait.
Mama, there goes that man.
Mama tried. I saw a dude with a pickup truck today, and a bumper sticker just said "Mama tried," and I was like, "You got to be a real asshole.
Yeah.
You got to be a real."
All right, who do you
asshole."
want to see? Who do you want to see? Zoe?
Well, just the division. Hold on,
just for the AL Central.
yeah, I'm gonna pull up. I'll pull it up right now. I'll get the whole.
So
picture,
the AL
but-
Central, according to these Zips projections, standings, these are all very low, as we all know. I mean,
Well, the AL Central sucks.
yeah, the AL Central isn't. It's not like anyone's number one seed here for the American League. But they have the Cleveland Guardians projected at 83 and 79. The Minnesota Twins in second place, below 500 at 80 and 82.
So below 500 gets you second place in the AL Central this year, folks.
And then in third place, 6 games behind the Twins, 9 games behind the Guardians, are your Chicago White Sox, projected to finish the 2023 season at 74 and 88, 3 games ahead of the Tigers, 4 games ahead of the Royals.
You know what's so concerning about that? They are closer to the Royals and Tigers than they are to the Twins and Guardians in that. If you look at how many games back they are. Like that's the real red flag. And then you dive into the explanation if you read the Fangraphs article, like the big reason why was because of the lack of depth, which we've talked about ad nauseum on the show. But like their big thing was like the next 26, I think was the stat.
Yeah.
And like after, and you know, you think about it, like going through the roster, even in like the minor leagues, it's so thin that like the White Sox strategy is, yeah, like we're not going to get hurt this year. And clearly Fangraphs doesn't believe it. And that just shows how crappy a strategy that is. Because if one guy goes down, there's not a whole lot lined up to replace him. And like I said this last week too, I think you can make an argument they got worse this offseason. Like Jose Abreu, you lose a 4.2 offensive WAR guy. And like Benintendi, as good as he is on defense, they did upgrade there. I think he was a 0.4 last year offensive WAR. So like that's not great. Josh Harrison had a higher WAR than Robbie Gonzalez, even if you include his minor league stats. So that's if he's starting there. You lost your best pitcher, not named Dylan Cease, and Johnny Cueto, and now you're gonna have Davis Martin likely starting the season. It's a shit show. It's not good. And then your closers out too. They got worse. And then the closer thing they couldn't, that wasn't.
Yeah, that was just like the cherry on top. Like
it's just like nothing will go right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, it took me a minute there.
Look at the percentage too to make the playoffs.
Yeah, and then just in comparison to the other two divisions in the American League, I think the AL East.
Well, here's the AL East.
Yeah.
Playoff percentage 75, 72, 59, 28, 25. And they got the Yankees winning at 89 and 73. They
have all 5 teams projected to win more than the
Red Sox. Yes, and all 5 teams have over a 25% chance to make the playoffs. And that
even the AL West,
seriously like night and day. Here's the AL West. You got the Astros at 80 and 72, the Mariners at 77, the Angels at 8. I mean, the Angels got better, but 85 and 77 for the Angels seems like a little bit. Okay.
High.
Whatever. Rangers 79 and 83. I would actually personally, I'd probably flip the Rangers and the Angels.
I agree.
I think the Rangers are going to be good. Rangers made a lot of moves, dude. Like a lot of moves.
Yeah. They're always like they'll get those big flash in the pan guys, though. I still don't know. I think they will be better. I don't know if they're like a serious contender, though. But I think 85 is about right for them.
This has the White Sox winning 2 more games than the Oakland A's.
Not great.
That sentence should tell you everything you need to know about expectations for the White Sox going into this season.
And I think we'd all agree that it's a bit low, that number. But where there's smoke, there's fire. I mean, you look at the grade from The Athletic. You look at the math nerds now saying this. You look at all the moves they've made. Like it lines up to being like it's probably going to be worse than we think.
It was this first sentence in this projection article on Fangraphs that really just kind of stuck with me. It says, "We've written so much about the White Sox that I didn't want to belabor the point, but the organization has been treading water, watching baseball swim on by."
Oof.
I felt that in my soul.
Yeah. And so that started way back in July when Rick Hahn just didn't do anything at the deadline.
Oh, I'm well aware. It's just.
Oh, yeah, man, you were on. I'm just saying, like you were, because I think you were one of the loudest voices. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How could you not do anything?
Still very, very, very mad about that. So you see this, and I've already seen it on Twitter from a bunch of White Sox fans, so much so that our buddy Josh Nelson finally just put up the graphic. But the first reaction usually is, these are projections. Like how, whatever. Mitch, you did a great job. Go read Mitch's article over at Sports Mockery talking about why these are accurate, why they're not accurate. It's a great article. Go read that. I don't want to spoil that. But so Josh did this. Let me blow up the picture. Can you guys see that? Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger for those folks at home. I know we got some senior citizens beef loaf in the crowd. So yeah. So he put how much he starts at the 2015 season. I believe that's when these started. How much wins Zips projected the White Sox to win versus how much they actually won that season. So in 2015, they were only off by 2 wins. 2016, they were off by 6. 2017, they were off by 12. 2018, they were off by 12. 2019, they were off by 4. 2020, they were off by, I'm sorry, I should reword this. 2015, they were short. The White Sox won 2 more games than projected. 2016, they lost 6 games less than projected. 17 and 18, the White Sox lost 12 games less than they were projected. So like in 2017, they were projected
Wouldn't
to
it
win.
be more wins?
No,
Or
they
12
lost or they
lost
won less
12
games.
more. Yeah.
Am I saying it
Restart,
fucked up?
restart.
Yeah. Restart that again.
All right, so I'm just going to say the numbers. So in 2015, they were projected to win 74. They won 76.
There you go.
In 16, they were projected to win 84. They won 78. In 17, they were projected to win 79. They won 67. So there's your minus 12.
Oof.
In 18, they were projected to win 74. They won 62. Another minus 12. In 2019, they were projected to win 68. They won 72. 2020, they were projected to win 31. They won 35. Thanks Jose Abreu in his MVP season. 21, they were projected to win 89. They won 93. 2021 was a nice surprise. 2022, they were projected to win 88. 181. And so that brings us to 2023, projected to win 74. I still think this is an 80-win team.
And if
Yeah.
you're going off the trend there, when they've shortchanged the White Sox and wins, it's only been up to 4. So, puts us right about, I mean, there would be 6 more, I guess, than they project, but.
And you guys mentioned it, but like the biggest thing though is like just the lack of depth. And what have we always talked about? So
White
you
Sox
always
baseball.
need some depth. You need like just guys who at least can be average when they step in. And 2021, I think some fans forget they had a lot of injuries that year too. But like they were kind of lucky. Where like the guys that came in and like replaced some of the injured guys, like did a really damn good job.
Yeah. I mean, Adam Engel is kind of a big loss. If you think, I mean, I know he dropped the fly ball, so people had a bad like final taste in their mouth of Adam Engel, and he was always hurt. But like as a bench guy, that's a really solid player to have. I mean, that's an elite outfield glove, and he was swinging the bat relatively well, like when he was, in the line.
All right, you two keep conversing about this. I'll be right back.
I think you mentioned it, Mitch. Because I was looking at their depth too, and I thought we briefly talked about last week how I feel in terms of the White Sox bouncing back. I feel more confidence in like the offense as a whole being better than they were last year. But on the pitching side, like take away the whole Clevenger mess, and let's just say he like does pitch for the team. But even at that, because he's only projected at what, like 120 innings or so, like you're gonna need at some point other pitchers to fill in the rotation. And the next man up is Davis Martin. And then after that, like there's no proven guy.
Jimmy
like
Lambert,
Jonathan Stever, Jimmy Lambert.
Which Jonathan Stever, I mean, there's a reason he's been in AAA
Yeah.
as long as he had. I remember I went down to Charlotte for a high school graduation to see Eloy play. This is right before he got called up, and Jonathan Stever was starting for him. Like that man's been there forever.
And no matter how healthy a team is, like even the healthiest teams, like they're gonna go through, like guys are gonna get sore shoulders, they're gonna get tired at some point of the season. They're like maybe a Lance Lynn or a Kopech, they're gonna need like a week off or something, and you're gonna need other guys to fill in. And there's just
it's
no
not good.
confidence.
I mean, position by position, catcher. Yeah, still has to bounce back off, which I think he will, but you still got to do it. And then there's Seb behind him, and I'm a Seb fanatic, but I mean, he is what he is. It's nothing to write home about. First base, I think they'd be okay because Andrew Vaughn hypothetically goes down. You got Kevin Sheets, so fine. Second base, they don't even have an actual starter there, so they're screwed regardless who's playing if there's an injury. Shortstop, we saw what happened when Tim Anderson went down last year. That's a disaster. And so now it would probably be Leary Garcia in line to take over short. So that'd be a shit show. Third base, I think you'd be okay with Jake Berger, but you saw the fielding. Yeah. Not good. So, like, there's an issue there. Left field, once again, it's kind of the issue we have in right field because we know Colas is there. That's why Colas, he kind of has to win the job because, like, the next in line are Gavin Sheets and Eloy.
Yeah.
And the whole purpose of getting rid of Abreu is no more first baseman in the outfield or Eloy in the outfield. So it's bad. Like one guy goes down, like it's yeah.
Like center field.
Same
if
thing.
Luis Robert goes down for like any period of time, who the hell is playing center field for you guys?
Billy Hamilton or Leary Garcia. Like
the drop.
Billy Hamilton, we said it when I signed him, like bench guy, great. late defensive guy. You need someone to steal a base late in the game. Absolutely. Starting 60 games? Hell no, I don't want that bat in the line.
It's pretty rough. But like that's the other part where even looking at the projections, it's like even as bad as it looks right now, it's not like you're in a tough division. I think everyone who saw Cleveland play last year, I mean, they just had like everything go right offensively for them.
It matters less now because the new way the schedule is laid out. So now it's not like we can take advantage of the Tigers for like 20 games a year, or however many it is, because now everyone plays everyone.
Mhm.
So the week schedule, we can't even capitalize on the week division as much as we used to be able to.
But
Yeah, I
that's
think we get so each division team gets 6 fewer games against each division team.
So that's a really good point, though. And I was thinking about that going into thinking about these projections today. Is just how much I mean, I know obviously they can calculate all this stuff, but like, I don't know. The new schedule, I think, is going to be hard to call. The pitch clock, the shift rules, all that fun stuff. I feel
Mhm.
like it's going to really throw a wrench into a lot of these projections this year.
Well, even when the White Sox, and this is what concerns me with the schedule, like even when the White Sox are firing on all cylinders in 2021, what was the big concern? One, they couldn't win on the road, and two, against good teams, wasn't that great. Like you saw, and like even like you saw against like the Astros when they played these like top caliber teams, they kind of got exposed a little bit. So now it's kind of like the same thing. Like you don't have the luxury of beating up on Detroit for those extra 6 wins, which makes a huge difference.
It is a big difference, but they also won't get their ass kicked by the fucking Royals
That's
a
true.
bunch of times too. So
True.
I mean, there's a plus and minus, but that was my biggest thing. Thinking about these projections and all this shit though, was it's just such a different game this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we already talked about the rule changes and everything like that, but I mean, one rule change too, we didn't bring up bigger bases.
Yeah, bigger bases.
There's literally less distance between bases. Are we going to see some more? So are the White Sox going to actually steal bases this year?
No. Come on.
I know.
Are they gonna not get hurt running over them?
Right. I mean, there's
There's
a lot.
there's still nets and walls in the outfield for Eloy to run into.
Well,
Yep.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still not.
Well, I saw someone else. I forgot what site it was. Everyone's doing lists right now. Someone did their top 10 DHs in baseball, and Eloy was number 3. And I think Nick from White Sox Daily quote tweeted. He's like, "No one tell Eloy."
Yeah, no,
That was
oh
great.
man.
But
I know. So normally we get the excitement of like, because obviously baseball is off for like, if your team's not in the playoffs, it's off for like what, like 5 months. So we get really hyped up and really look forward to like the start of spring training. But like after a few days, it's like, what the fuck are we? Like none of this actually matters. But this year with the rule changes, I think it is going to keep it much more interest for a longer period of time, because it like the whole, I don't think people really grasp how insane, or not how insane, but just how different the game is going to look with the pitch clock, the limit in the pickoff attempts. Like theoretically there should be a lot more stealing.
Pickoff attempts and bigger bases. Yes, you're absolutely right. The White Sox might actually have 2 guys over 10 steals this year. I know that's crazy.
I would hope so. Well, the shift thing. I mean, it depends what Pedro Grifol wants. The shift thing, I don't think is going to affect the Sox as much as you think. Because what was their big issue? Like they hit for average last year. They're a top 5 team in average. Which is what
did a whole article. The ground ball rate for the White Sox was atrocious.
Ground ball machine.
And that's the thing, because like the shift's not gonna, like they hit for average. Their big issue is power, and the shift, it doesn't matter if you're hitting a home run or not, because the shift doesn't defend against that. And like so they had their hits anyway, but I still don't think it's gonna affect the offense as much as people think, because the reason they didn't score a lot of runs last year was the power. The shift doesn't affect that.
I think when I keep bringing up the shift, I'm more concerned about the other side of it.
And that was the other point I was going to bring up. Defensively, they're already bad. It's not going to help.
Yeah, the Cubs
make them
set.
worse.
The Cubs have arguably the most defensively sound middle infield in baseball.
Yeah.
Not just even in the National League, in baseball. And then the White Sox, TA was brutal last year, and we don't know who's playing second base. So I'm
He had
just
a bad
nervous.
groin, though, so I'm giving him a pass.
Yeah, that's fine. And there's already the videos being leaked out that TA is already in Arizona doing work before they can officially report. And sounds like his off the field stuff is getting pretty sorted out pretty well. Shout out to Mrs. TA for she's a G, dude. She just stepped up and was like, "Yeah, I got this." Like she's badass. But
Makes
that's
the
neither here
catches
nor
lots of work.
that's neither here nor there. I'm glad to see him in the cage. It was good to see him swinging. You know, like because people forget that he didn't finish the year last year with the injury and everything. So I don't know. The stay healthy thing. I like Beef's new meme this year. The White Sox way. Just have a career year. That's it's funny, but it's
True.
so true. It's. I mean, I know we're beating this to death, and this is what happens towards the end of the off season. But at least everybody reports in 10 days, and then we'll get the guys showing up in the best condition
Well,
of their life.
I have like a question on the other side. So obviously, like, yeah, because I think of right now, Beef is guys like for Oscar Colas to save Rick Hahn's job, basically, because as like the starting right fielder. But let's say everything kind of normalizes offensively, but who is the one guy that they cannot lose, like like long term injury wise?
This season, the White
This
Sox.
season,
TA.
and they can still like survive it.
No, TA is the guy that can't lose. Like you saw last year. Grandal even said this offseason that when he went down, that was the gut punch for the rest of the team. Like he's the straw that stirs the drink on offense. You need TA in there.
I feel like if they lose TA, like if like in like April or May, TA, heaven forbid, pops something and he's gone for the year. That's something they can't come back from.
No.
Okay.
And I hate that the fact that one guy has that much whatever, but
I know
something like
he's a big part of the offense.
We've seen him have success
Yep.
with Life Without Eloy, and the same thing with a lot of these other guys, even Life Without Grandal in 2021. But Life Without TA, they have consistently been bad.
And it would hurt even more this year because there is no Abreu in that locker room anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know Abreu wasn't a big rah-rah speech guy, but it's been well documented he was the type of guy that would grab you individually and just like pull you aside and be like, "What the fuck? Like, what are you doing?"
What if the Sox lost Dylan Cease?
That would sting, but that's every 5 games. TA's
Right.
every day. So when it comes in this scenario, I'll always pick a position player.
What about Luis Robert?
I mean,
That
they've done
would
it
suck,
before.
but like we've had it before.
Yeah, that would suck, but
Although as we were talking about although when you were away, like the depth in the outfield.
You know, like
They're rough.
if any of the outfielders go out, you're just back to Gavin Sheets playing in the outfield.
yep. Or Billy Hamilton.
Or Andrew Vaughn. They're like, all right, well, I guess
Or
we have to put
Victor
Andrew back
Reyes.
in. Right?
If Andrew Vaughn plays a game in the outfield this year, it's a failure. Something has
Oof.
gone horribly wrong.
People forget though, Gavin Sheets is not. I mean, he is better than Andrew Vaughn on the outfield, but that's not
So am
like
I.
a significant upgrade. Yeah, like yeah.
I mean, he was the worst defensive outfielder in baseball last year.
He's brutal.
That's tough to do, and he did it. And
Gavin
it's
Sheets
just
isn't a lot better. If Gavin Sheets is out there, that's still not a success in my
no, that's not great. It's not great, but I mean, shout out Gavin Sheets winning a golf tournament with Danny Mendick.
Danny
Mendick yoked.
He is
Yeah.
making the ex jealous out there with his tight pants and he's jacked. It's not good. He's
Yeah,
playing
and
golf.
he was rocking the Jordan golf shoes too. I was
Yeah,
like, all right, Danny, I see you. Who has it better than Danny Mendick right now? He's on a Mets roster that's the fucking opposite of the White Sox roster, which is deep as shit. He's going to be an MLB guy though. He's on that bench. Got paid.
He did get
So-
paid, yeah. And he's near his hometown. He's from
Yeah.
he's from upstate New York there.
So he's chilling, dude.
Yeah.
Good for Danny.
Good for
I don't know. I think
Good
Mike
for-
Trout.
I've never had a bad feeling towards Danny Mendick. I get why they didn't bring him back because of the injury and all that shit, but like, good for Danny Mendick.
Danny Mendick is basically on the same career path kind of as James McCann. Left the White Sox, he did like decently. Some White Sox fans really wanted him to like be back. Now he's off to the East Coast, got paid a little, and he's in New York.
Gotta be an all-star though first. I don't think any White Sox fans were like, I remember writing about that when it happened. And there was like, you go through the comments, that one was like, oh no, we lost Danny Mendick. Because I mean, everyone assumed we were going to sign like another second baseman, but like people were, it was an uproar when James McCann left. It was it was awful.
Southside Mando in the comments says, "What's Trace Thompson or the local Charlie Tilson doing? Sox need outfielder." Trace Thompson's a
Trace
starting
Thompson's
outfielder
a
for the
fucking like
Dodgers.
all-star with the Dodgers.
Yeah, he's a
Charlie
starting
Tilson-
outfielder for the Dodgers.
Charlie Tilson's with the Chicago Dogs in Rosemont.
Is
He
he
was
seriously?
almost an all-star in the American Association. He was in the last chance vote, but he didn't get voted in. So that's
Oh wow, what happened,
Charlie
Sox
Tilson
fans?
is up. Yeah. Because I talked to him last year because I used to work for the Dogs. They had like a season ticket holder day, and I had a guy that
He
still
was
worked there. So I stopped-
almost an all-star for the Chicago Dogs.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Somehow he'll play right field for the White Sox this year.
He's the one who got hurt in like his MLB debut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt bad for him. I was talking to him when he was this year. You could tell he's trying to
He-
hang on to the baseball career, but
He was one of those.
Oh.
He was like a little white dude who's big. The reason he got that high up was his speed, and then like he got hurt
Yeah.
and he just wasn't fast anymore.
Right.
It was
I think
like,
he tore his wasn't it a knee injury?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing here, bud? You had one thing going for you, you lost it. Sorry, but it's
Hey, wait. I'll see if I.
By the
You
way,
see it?
Sox fans, don't worry. I'm sure we'll shit on the Cubs when the NL projection standings come
Yep.
out too.
yeah. That show will
'Cause
be
I
next
don't-
week, and I'm
Because I
glad.
don't think they're going to be any better.
And
than these
I'm glad
projections.
Fitz will be here for that because it depends though. It actually really literally depends on what
it's the
day it is
depth
with
thing.
Fitz.
It's the depth thing though. I mean, we've been talking about it for years.
Yep.
It's and like because I think you mentioned it, Mitch, Josh, when he tweeted out the story and he highlighted that little paragraph where the White Sox, according to like the Zips roster projection stuff, the next 26 guys are rated lower than the Royals and the Tigers. It's like they have worse depth than those two teams.
Yeah,
Not good.
It's not good, and it's not like they have a farm system they can fall back on. It's just it's brutal. Oh, here you go, Southside Manos. Start bench cut Tilson, Thompson, Delmonico. Well, I'm starting Thompson. 'cause
I'm
he's-
cutting Tilson because I
I'm
don't think he
starting
can-
Delmonico.
Nicky
Like-
Delmonico was great for like a month back in. What
He was
it, like,
Yerman
2016?
Mercedes before Yerman Mercedes.
Wait, Charlie Tilson's as tall as you?
Yeah, he's small. Isn't he short? Yeah.
Mitch just sent me a picture of him and Charlie Tilson standing arm in arm, and you are literally equal height.
Yeah. I must say, I think I look a little bit more athletic too.
Well, for sure, without a doubt.
He looked better in a cowboy hat too, probably.
Probably, but yeah, in this scenario, I'm starting like the Dodgers are. I'm starting Thompson. I'm cutting Tilson, and I'll bench Nicky D.
Well, I thought you're going like White Sox, Thompson. If we're going
Oh.
currently, obviously you're going Thompson. But
Well, Nicky
You know,
D's
you
a
have to think
hitting
about- you have to
coach.
think about White Sox days, Trace Thompson.
yeah, White Sox days Trace Thompson. I'm going Nicky Delmonico.
Nicky D had flashes with the White Sox. I'm never a big fan of him, but
Neither was I.
yeah, he's
He's one of those guys who knew it was like only a matter of
what
time.
level is he the hitting coach for now?
Single A, I think. I think he's low A.
Hold on, we're all about facts on this show.
This is true.
Yeah.
Well, speaking to that, I know everyone has a different level of success, but so like a Nicky Delmonico being a hitting coach. and if
Winston
you're a
Salem.
young- So yeah, with the dash.
High A, yeah.
All right, yeah.
So if you're like a minor leaguer coming up, right, and you have like a guy like Nicky Delmonico who did play in Major League Baseball, that's an accomplishment. As a pro player, you got to the biggest stage. But let's say that, you didn't play long, you weren't that successful. That has to play in the back of your mind, right? If you're getting like hitting tips and you're like,
No, I don't think so.
No?
Because like look at Barry Bonds, who is great as a hitter in the MLB, and he was a horrible hitting coach. I think
that's true.
I'm sorry. Beef says White Sox Trace Thompson got flashed by some hot chick when he was playing right field, and all I can think of is My Sox Summer lifted his shirt up.
that's all right. Oh, okay. Mando put a good one in. Ryan Cordell. That's who I'm taking. His hype at bat song always got me hyped.
Ryan
was wrong?
Cordell, holy shit.
What was the song?
Favorite. Oh, what was it?
You can't hype up a song.
I
you
know,
don't know
come on,
the
Mitch, it
song.
wasn't that
That's
good.
the thing. It's by Andy. Oh, what was it called? I gotta look this up. I'll
Andy
find it.
Sandberg.
I forgot
Jizz in my
about Ryan.
pants.
It was.
Where's
Lonely
Ryan Cordell
Island.
at these days? He's a free
Coming in
agent right
hot.
now.
Coming in hot was his at bat or
Coming
walk-up
in
song.
hot.
Yeah.
All right.
Who sung that jam?
Andy Nino, I think his name is.
Ryan Cordell definitely. When I see this guy, I definitely think Latino music.
The
That's for
day,
sure.
the day of Dylan Cease's debut, it was a doubleheader. That second game, Yohan Moncada hit 2 home runs. The one was tied in extras, and Abreu hit the walk-off. But Ryan Cordell also sneaky 2 home run game that day.
All right.
Yeah, there's your
Dude,
fun
what a
Ryan
fucking
Cordell
deep
thing.
cut.
I'll
Ryan
tell you
Cordell.
what. I was thinking about this the other day. I had a long drive, and I was deep in White Sox thought. I just need Yohan Moncada to be like good. I don't need him to be great. I really don't.
Okay, what would you? Okay, we're talking about projections.
Yeah.
What would you
mean
consider
John
a
Jay.
good season for Yohan? How many music videos?
One.
Okay. Well, the last time he did that,
I know, but I mean,
season
I'm
10
not a
drops.
62-year-old white guy that thinks that his music video.
Less music, more time in the cage.
Yeah, I agree.
Apparently, yeah, him and Lucas Giolito, bastards. I don't know. What do you do? Hold on, let me.
So,
pull
like,
up.
he was great in what was it, 20?
I'm giving
No.
him, without looking at anything, I would say he hits 16.
No,
we'll go
not what
17.
he hits. I need to. What do you think would be like?
Oh, what a good year.
What do you need from him this year?
Oof.
I mean,
It wouldn't be enough, but like I think he hits around like 17 homers, bats around 260, 50 something RBIs, but that wouldn't be enough. Like that would be okay with his defense, but I don't think they have enough offensively. I think you need at least. I would take 20 homers, batting around 270.
I mean, 2019 was by far his best season.
Yeah.
All right, he bet 315, 367, 548 with an OPS of 915. He hit 25 home runs. He had 79 RBIs.
But that's an outlier right now.
It's very much an outlier.
He was
right
good
now.
at 21.
He was respectable in 21.
Yeah, I mean, he batted 263 with
which was
14
fine
home
with
runs.
his walk rate. If you're gonna bat 260,
Yeah,
like
the slugging was down.
Yeah.
I
He made
mean,
up for
but
it.
he also struck out 157 times in 21. He struck out 217 times in 2018.
Yeah. I mean, the strikeout is just always going to be there with him.
Yeah.
If he's walking, you can make up for it. But like last year when he wasn't hitting anything hard and he wasn't walking nearly as high of a clip, then you can't live with all those.
Well, in 2019, his best year, he hit 315 with 154 strikeouts and only 40 walks. I mean, that wasn't like exactly. He only
Like,
had.
I don't think he's going to be hitting
power.
300.
He had 25 home runs.
No,
Yeah, I don't think
I'm
he's-
not. I don't need him to hit 300.
No, but that's the
don't either,
thing.
yeah,
I don't think he's going to hit for power either. Because remember, 2019 was that was the peak of the juice ball era.
That's true.
Guys aren't
That's a
doing that
very
anymore.
good
Well,
point.
it depends on what the hell they do with the balls, because that
That's-
changes every
that's-
fucking year.
That's another ingredient to this whole thing. So now we got what ball they use, the shifts, the bigger bases, the pitch clock, the pickoff rule. I mean, he slugged like Beef said, he slugged 548 in 2019.
Well, the pickoff rule also doesn't really matter because the White
No,
Sox
he doesn't.
did a
well,
terrible
yeah.
job holding on runners as it is.
He had 10 stolen bases in 2019.
See, there we go. There's some.
So here, this is what I need. This is what I would need from Yohan Moncada. I'm going to need him to bat, let's say about 280.
Okay.
All right. Give me 850 plus OPS.
You say 280?
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be 30 points higher than his MLB average.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think he can do it though. Is my thing is like
I don't know, man. I'm looking at his numbers.
Yeah.
And what you said
He hit
earlier,
270, I'd be
2019
happy.
truly is an outlier.
Yeah.
I'll
He
find
some.
hit one,
I think I
270.
need it. Basically, I just need it more. I need more like a. I'm not going to say 2019 Yohan Moncada because I don't think we'll ever get that again. But more of a 2021 Yohan Moncada.
Yeah, absolutely.
263. He slugged 412, which I need that up a little bit. He had 14 homers, but he still struck out 157 fucking times, man.
Yeah, dude. His slugging 2019 was the only time his slugging was above 412.
Well, if Moncada ever got the robot umpires, that would benefit him a lot because he actually, you wouldn't know it by the strikeout numbers. He has a very good eye, but a lot of those borderline pitches he takes don't go his way. So that's why a lot of the strikeouts come because he's taking pitches on the corner. It might be balls, but he's not getting the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
My
if I could-
general line for guys like Moncada who do walk a lot, or are more patient at the plate and don't necessarily hit for a higher average, has always been, give me a 250, 350, 450 slash line. So like that's
I-
right at an 800 OPS.
Yeah, I would
That'd be fine.
I would happily take that. If we
Just
can
with
get that,
yeah.
Yeah.
if we can get that OPS,
So he has to
Around
slug a little
800.
more.
yeah,
I think I think he has a good eye, like you said, Mitch. He has a good eye at the plate, so he's going to take his walks. But he does need to slug a little more.
Yoan Moncada has exactly 800 strikeouts
Jeez.
He's,
in a,
he's-
in
yeah,
a
he's struck
7-year
out.
career.
How many?
And like that's the thing.
that-
You
that-
can strike out a lot, but you have to hit for power.
2,424.
You have to hit for power.
No, he does, and he doesn't. I mean, his
Man, he
average,
doesn't.
his 162 game average for home runs is 21, and that's because of the 25 he had in 19.
That's so fucked up that MLB did that, dude. Because if you look at his 2019 seasons, like yes, this is what Yoan Moncada is.
Yeah,
But then they were using the super fucking jumpy balls. So it's like, well, how much of that was actually real?
but I think even if they go in the middle from the dead ball to the jumpy ball, if we get like, I don't know, like a regular baseball again, or whatever that
Like, what even is that? That's
the Goldilocks ball that they were feeding Judge.
the Aaron Judge balls.
Yeah, the Aaron Judge balls. I think if we get that, I think he can hit 15 to 20 homers again.
Hopefully, fully recovered from COVID because he did have it, and like we saw with other
Well,
guys, they
I don't know, man. My hopes aren't very high for that because from what we hear about where he hangs out,
Probably got it.
well,
again.
hopefully he does not
Well-
COVID.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
I don't know, but yeah, I like your. I'm more with what you said there. Although I like that slash line for him. If we can get that OPS around 800, I think that's going to be
Oh,
a
yeah,
successful
we're
year
cooking.
for him.
And just like obviously, just stay healthy.
Well, I mean, I think that now,
Yeah,
I think now that is a given when talking about the White Sox. Like you don't even have to say it anymore.
he is made of glass, though. Moncada's pain tolerance is not very high.
No, he definitely has that soft label on him, and I'm not a big fan of giving guys that label, but I feel like he's kind of earned it.
Are
He-
the White Sox just trying to remind you of like what era would this been? Like the early or the mid 2010s Colorado Rockies? Like great talent, but Carlos Gonzalez would get hurt. Troy Tulowitzki after a while kept getting hurt, and then they kind of just got worse.
You know
They
what?
didn't ever live up.
They remind me a lot, and it's kind of scary. Both Reinsdorfs, but like they're almost identical to the Bulls. You look at like 2021 White Sox, good early, brought in these guys. It was exciting. Bunch of people got hurt. They couldn't win on the road. They lost to good teams. First round exit. Same thing with the Bulls. You look at them this year, like they go on stretches. You think, oh, they're going to turn around. Nope, they keep hovering around 500. Injuries once again. They're similar. Like the Bulls and White Sox have been like mirror images of each other these past 2 years. It's
That's-
kind of creepy.
That's a big buzzkill.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. That's just what it is. It's a huge buzzkill. Now, another player that I was deep in thought about was Luis Robert.
Okay.
The pink gloves.
First and foremost, right out of the gate, I need him to play at least 100 games.
Oh man, what
Really.
such a low.
Which
bar.
doesn't sound like a big ask, but it
He's
really
never,
is.
he's never done it.
Like,
He's never done it.
Wait, really? Holy shit!
He played 98 games last year. He played 56 games in 2020, 68 games in 21, and 98 games in 22.
and of those 98, there's a couple you really shouldn't have been. on.
Yeah,
No,
like
he's
there's like
swinging with
entire
one
week.
hand. Yeah, I
Like-
mean, whatever. I mean, that was brutal. But let's say I need at least 100. Let's get crazy. Say 105 games out of him.
I don't know. It's a big ask.
That is a big ass. But now 2021 obviously was his best year. But again, he only played 68 games. But that was a 338, 378, 567 with a 946 OPS year.
Beast.
How many home runs do you have that year?
He had 13.
Which is pretty
Beast.
good
No, he
considering
was a
how many games he
beast.
played. He was
Yeah.
a beast.
But again, that's only in
That's
two-
MVP. Like over a whole season, that's MVP.
Right.
numbers.
So yeah, I mean, if you look at those three seasons combined, his 162 game average is a slash line of 289, 334, 474, and 808. Okay, with It's 26 home. This actually his 162 game average. If he could pull that this year, I'm ecstatic.
Yes.
I'm ecstatic because that has him hitting 26 home runs, 95 RBIs, 19 stolen bases.
Which he's the guy you got to get going with the stolen base. The best
And then
tool.
a slash line of 289, 334, 474 with an 808 OPS and an OPS plus of 122. If we can get that going for him, boy howdy.
He is still the guy to me, and I know TA's had the All-Star appearances. I
Luis
know on the
Robert's supposed
pitching
to be
side,
the superstar. He's supposed to be the
and I know
superstar.
Dylan Cease has obviously been like just keeps getting better and better every year.
Mhm.
But Luis Roberts is still like the one guy that if he can just stay on the field, he can be the guy who just carries the Sox.
I've been setting the home run line for Robert. You guys tell me if you take the over/under here. 21.5. Over/under home runs.
Man.
Again, it does depend on the ball. I mean, it's so fucked that we have to like preference it every time we do this. But I'd like to think over. I think he's healthy. I think
If he, I mean that's the
Yeah.
other fucking caveat. If we have to, we like all these guys. We have to say if they're healthy.
They're healthy, yeah.
it's so annoying.
If he's healthy, I think
100
he gets
games
30.
of Luis Robert. We'll go, 100 games.
It's so annoying.
Well, let's if he has 100 healthy games,
Like healthy games.
I think he can get to. You said 21. I think he can get to 22.
Yeah, that's 21.5. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he can get 25 home runs. I mean, he has that power.
The
power is not the issue.
Dude,
Power is not the issue. It's the hand-eye coordination. It's bat to ball.
I'm almost worried about the confidence too.
Uh,
He was bad second half in the year.
he really well. Again, he's playing with one
With
hand.
one hand, right? Yeah, but like that mess, like you're swinging, like trying to compensate with like the one-handed swing, like that'll one mess up your swing, and two, you're not hitting anything but like numbers.
Well, I do like to put some solace in the fact that there is a new new hitting coach. I don't know. I feel like he's going to be able to play more to his strengths with the new regime in charge, and I just need him to be the guy. He was the the one that was promised. You know what I mean? Like we thought that this was going to be the guy, and
Cuban Mike Trout.
and I just need him to. I don't even need him to be like I have an unbelievable like Mike Trout season. I'm not going to be mad if it happens, but I just need him to be like I need him to be an all-star. I need him to be the fucking guy.
That actually is a good point about the coaching staff. And as down as we've been about the White Sox, I will say I do, from everything I've read in the resumes, I do think they got the coaching staff right. I think they put together a pretty smart staff. The guys have good track record. So I will give the White Sox front office a little bit of props for that. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. But I think the staff,
they got to be the right guy because that was the biggest move they did this offseason.
Honestly, yeah. Well,
Let's
Tony
put together-
La Russa was addition by subtraction.
And I just there's no room for error anywhere on this team because they did the bare minimum. So the room for error is fucking gone. it's what it is. I mean, it's gone. And I mean, you get Grandal back. You hope that he can give you. Again, you're not going to get old Grandal, but you're going to get an old Grandal, but you're not going to get the old version of Grandal.
Like he was like that's the thing. He was so bad that like just him being like an average, just average, getting better would be so much better than what he was. Like if he's just like 50% better of how bad he was last year, that's so much better than how bad he was.
Well, he's going into his 9th season? No shit, 12th season.
I know he's up there. So.
Yeah. Oh damn, he's been in the league 11 years. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Looking at his 162 game average. Shit. Sign me up for that. 26 home runs, 237, 350, 435, OPS of 785.
I'd take that.
I mean, I don't see that happening, but I mean, his best year with the White Sox was 2021. Let's try to. Everybody, by all means, seems like they're healthy besides the pitcher that looks like Thor.
Kopech?
Kopech. Everybody else is coming in with a clean bill of health, supposedly.
What's Kopech's deal? I
They just said he's behind.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was
I don't
like
like that.
That was a
I
couple
don't like
weeks ago.
He's always
Again, no room for error because they didn't get another pitcher because the scumbag that they went and got might not be able to play this year.
Well, I mean that's a bigger problem though, because like let's just say Clevenger gets suspended, right? He's not pitching. You're already going to your 6th option, but then if you get another injury, then you're going to your 7th option.
Yeah.
And like we said earlier, Mitch, who are those guys? Jimmy Lambert?
Jonathan Stever.
Reynaldo Lopez is going to have to go back in the rotation.
God no.
Like that's the only other viable option. If you
No,
look at the
you're
roster right now,
you're right. You're right.
Supposedly they're pretty high on some of the guys in Charlotte.
Of course, that. What are they going to say? We got a bunch of
Well, yeah,
scrubs
that's,
down there.
no, I should say people
Hey,
that
there
don't
could
work
be
for the White Sox
Davis
are high on.
2.0.
Yeah, there's a couple pitchers in Charlotte that I've seen people that I trust their opinions on the farm speak
Mhm.
pretty highly of. So there could be
I know all about the farm.
fucking hell, Mitch.
We are going to have a farm report, Mitch, once the season starts.
Oh,
If it's about cattle, I got you. If it's about Jonathan Stever, it might not be as in depth.
yeah, but
We got to see whose stock is up, whose stock is down on the farm.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
That's a good. That's
actually,
a good.
I think we just came up
Good
with.
farm.
I think we just came up with a new bit.
There we go. I like
Mitch's
it.
farm
How
report.
that segment though. We have the down on the farm.
Down on the farm. Who we get to sponsor? Is Bob Evans still making breakfast sausage?
Is Farmer's Fleet still around?
Oh, Farm Fleet's still up.
Farmer's
That's
Fleet. There you
hanging
go.
up. But no, you know Bob Evans sausages. That was their tagline. Down on the farm.
Okay.
Bob Evans down on the farm. Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
There we go. That's a
Maybe Bob Evans, or if somebody watching this, you want to sponsor it. It could be the Cowboy Mitch Farm Report, sponsored by Southside Mando. If the price is right, we'll do it. That actually, yeah, I think that's a bit for this upcoming year.
we got one.
Yeah.
You guys mentioned Pedro Grifol coming in, Tony La Russa gone. We already know how much, at least on field, the projections has hurt with Abreu leaving. But in terms of the clubhouse, how much is that going to play into anything for the White Sox, or does it just not matter if they're winning? What if they're just like middling? They don't have Eloy's already like, yeah, I'm not a leader. I don't really know who's going to step up as a leader. Does that matter?
It's TA. Go ahead, Mitch.
Well, yeah, as far as the clubhouse goes, I think last year the biggest issue, Dallas Keuchel was a problem by all accounts. So he's gone for the year. So they don't have that stench lingering around. And it was almost like they had no babysitter with Tony La Russa because there was a complete lack of accountability also by all accounts. So I think Grifol is a little bit more of a hard ass. You got Charlie Montoya in there too, who's known as a bit of a hard ass. There's going to be a bit more structure in the locker room, and they got a bunch of good dudes in there overall. So yeah. I think the vibe will be a lot better. Bringing Billy back obviously helps. So I'm not as worried about the clubhouse this year as I was in years.
I agree. And player-wise, I think, TA, it starts with TA. I think we all know that. I think Lucas Giolito is going to kind of step into more of a vocal leadership role on that team as well. Because he'll
bounce back too.
He's a vet, and I am a firm believer. You can clip this, document it a million different ways. I've said it on every social media platform possible. I think Lucas Giolito has a big year this year.
Totally agree.
I think he bounces back, and so I think he'll lead by example, but also, when he's not fucking around doing stupid shit like saving the planet and stuff like that.
I was gonna say when he's.
I think he could definitely be a leader, if not for this whole team, but in the pitcher's room for sure. Getting a guy like Grandal back, he seems like a little bit more of a leadership role. He'll be the crafty vet on the team. He's pretty much the old guy on the team this year.
Yep.
And then adding guys like, I think I've said, I was on Beef Show Aju on Monday. We're talking about vibes. Billy Hamilton's an ultimate vibes guy. Like
Don't
Billy Hamilton.
Blue Dog either. Leary Garcia.
Yeah, I mean, but that's not wrong either. But I really think like a guy like Billy Hamilton, you bring him in, he's always optimistic. He's always up. You know, like I feel like that's definitely a guy you need in the locker room, especially to balance that out. He's kind of like the yang to Tim Anderson's yin. You know what I mean? Like TA can get down, he can get angry, he can get a little nasty, but Billy seems to always be up and positive, and I feel like that's going to balance out. But I'm really that's a huge thing going into this year with the new staff is how the new bench bosses conduct their business, and we're going to see that in 10 days. Starts in 10 days. It's going to be right from the get-go. I don't think Pedro's fucking around. I think he's going to come in the first day, and when there's no cameras around or anything, he's going to lay it all out for everybody. I think that's what he has to do. Like, listen, that shit last year was last year. It's over. It's done. This is how we're going to handle our shit this year. And then he needs to move forward from there. 100% how that has to go.
Yep.
Can't be another way.
Show Eloy the DH rankings.
He's doing all the right things though. I mean, he's saying all the right things. Like, I don't think this is a rebuilding situation at all, which it shouldn't be, but he's saying a lot of the right things public facing. The big thing here is that first day when he's got the whole squad there and they're in the big room or whatever, close the door, kick all the fucking cameras out and everything, and just be like, listen, last year, fuck last year. That shit's gone. This is what we're doing this year. This is how shit's going to be.
I also think it's going to be easier for the buy-in because we heard a bunch. Liam Hendriks talked about it too. How a lot of guys showed up last year and they just expected because they won the division that our talent's going to carry us through. And you could see it. They took a bunch of nights off. They thought that was going to be a cakewalk. This year, you're seeing guys pissed off. You hear it in all the quotes. And instead of like last year, it was, oh, we're going to be the most hated team in the league. Oh, it's going to be fun. They all the meme on Twitter. This year, it's like, oh, no, like we're pissed off. This is going to be a different story. You've seen it from like multiple different guys across.
And I know by no means does he want it to be this. I mean, nobody wants to get fucking cancer. But I feel like a guy like Liam Hendriks, who's already a very vocal guy, a very bit much of a leader in the clubhouse and stuff like that. I feel like he's gonna, I don't want to say use his battle, but like he's gonna be there for these guys. He's still a member of this team. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be. It's not like a win one for the Gipper type thing, but he's gonna be like, you boys better be fucking ready when I'm back to pitch. Like
it's gonna be like Major League 2.
I'm just, and it is in a sense, you know, and I could totally see that scenario playing out too, where he's just like, you boys better be fucking on top of this division when I come back from this bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, and he's already on round 2 of his treatment. He posted on his Instagram story. So, you know, we said right when it happened, if there was anybody that was going to fucking kick cancer's ass, it was Liam. But I could see that being, I don't want to say like a rallying cry, but you know what I'm getting at. Like,
yeah, no.
They want to have the table ready when he comes, you know, home for dinner. It's just getting that shit going. And there's a lot of, everybody on this team has something to prove this year. Every single individual on this team has something. Grandal, that he can still play. Vaughn, that he can be that next great first baseman for the White Sox. Second base is TBA because we don't know who the fuck is playing second base.
I am the real starter. I'll show you.
Yeah. Tim Anderson, that he is this baseball superstar that he's built himself up to be. Yoan Moncada, that
he can in fact do a rap video.
Yoan Moncada, that he can live up to the hype that he was as a prospect. Eloy, that he can be a DH and be an elite hitter in this league. Luis Robert, that he will be the one that is promised. You know, Andrew Benintendi knew a fresh start with an old friend as a manager. Like,
you're getting paid the highest paid contract in the organization. You gotta, you want to make that look like they spent their money wisely.
But go on and have yourself a year, Andrew. Get crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and the pitchers, Giolito, that he can bounce back from the shit year. Dylan Cease said it wasn't.
Giolito, especially, it's contract year, baby. He's not getting an extension. He's going to be a free agent. He has to pitch lights out to get paid.
And I think he's capable of it, man.
We all know he's capable of it. Absolutely. Yeah. I think a lot of it was mental last year too.
Yep. And just the physical build. And I feel like he's gotten himself back to where he needs to be. And I'm all about it, man. I guess this week I'm optimistic though, because I'm about it this week. Like I'm with the Sox team. And expectations are really low.
That's
I
the
mean,
thing.
coming full circle, look at the zip projections, man.
I'm talking my way back into it. I entered the show feeling pretty down. The stock is back up. I'm buying.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, for all those reasons, and it's almost like this team plays better when there's no expectations on them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I was
They
gonna
really-
say. I mean,
yeah.
we've been going back to this all the time, even in 2022 when things look terrible. What do we keep saying? Like they have the talent. The talent is there.
Yep.
It's just stay on the field,
Get your shit together.
get your shit together. Like, the talent is there.
Absolutely.
Like what they did in like 2020. I know it was a short year. 2021, as bad as everything looked to be in 2022, to have a 500 record with all the injuries, the underperformances, like, and it's the meme. But if they stay healthy,
Mhm.
they have the fucking talent. They can do it. They can be a 90-win team.
Oh, they can win that division.
Oh, yeah, they can easily win the division. Yeah. Well, not easily, but like they can win the division. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they can win the division. I don't think it's going to be a runaway like it was in, what was that, 2020 or 20 whatever,
21.
21, when they were up by like 14 games,
Well,
whatever.
unlike
But
the White Sox, the Guardians got better this offseason.
That's true.
yeah, but the Guardians too, I'm interested to see which guys years last year were outliers or which guys are real. You know,
Mhm.
they had a lot of young guys come up out of nowhere and have phenomenal years. That's tough to repeat.
That's always a Terry Francona team, though, and that's why I would
Yep.
be optimistic if I'm a Guardians fan because they always seem to find guys, especially like out of the pitching. I don't know how they develop pitchers, but it's always a pitcher factory. There's always some new guy that pops out of nowhere that you're like, this guy.
And guess what, guys? They apparently every fucking prospect outlet or everyone's writing about prospects. They have like 2 more guys who
Yep.
can be like top of the rotation starting
Yeah,
pitchers.
so if I'm the Guardians, I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like with the Guardians, good or bad, like they can have a good season. I can see them winning like 85 games. I can be like, oh, they're gonna have a bad season, and like they still win 80 games.
Absolutely.
Like-
2021, they were not good. They were bad, and they were still in that division. Like they were
Yeah.
second in that division.
Like their
Right.
floor is just much higher because of the organizational depth. Again, especially on the pitching side, because that just matters so much with how teams and how pitchers are handled nowadays. You need just arms and arms and arms because you're gonna go through a lot in a season, and they have a lot of quality ones.
Yeah. I'm not really too worried about the Twins.
No.
I don't think they have the
Bray's
pitching.
bionic leg. Give me a break.
I was reading a story that some doctor said it was like the worst ankle he's ever seen or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Like,
John
it-
Haben
Yeah.
supposedly.
I mean, I
talked
would
with the
imagine it
doctor.
was bad if the Mets didn't.
Yeah, I mean, but
And apparently there was a problem with Kota Senga's physical too, and that's why he ended up getting, like, everyone was surprised at his contract that it was less than what we saw for like other starting pitchers, but apparently something was up with his elbow.
yeah, the Twins, I don't know. This is like a complete gut feeling, whatever. It's just I don't think they're there. I don't think they're there. And you want to talk about Luis Robert playing 100 games?
Yeah.
I mean,
Byron
Byron Buxton, dude. That's so sad. I hate talking about Byron Buxton. He's so fucking good, dude.
He is so good.
He's so good. And I mean, I know he's on our biggest rival or whatever, but I never root for injuries. And I would rather beat the Twins with Buxton on it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the Twins didn't really do too much either, though. There's a ton of holes, and they got rid of one of the best hitters in baseball.
You got Pablo Lopez.
Which I thought was a big move, but then I watched a bunch of podcasts and shows, and people just shit all over Pablo Lopez.
Yeah,
and I was like,
did seem like when I initially I was like, oh, that seems like a good trade. But you're right. Diving into it, it's like, man, they kind of got fleeced here. Because Pablo Lopez is like the definition of like a solid number 3 starter. I don't think he's a front end guy.
well, the Twins basically have 5 number 3s,
Yeah.
which is
I think we talked about it when they did the
Yeah.
trade. Like their rotation is very much like the Cubs, where like it's solid,
yeah.
but like it's not gonna blow you away. You need someone to surprise you.
I still think who is it the Cubs just signed? I'm blanking on the
Tyone?
Yeah, I think he'd be the ace in that Twins rotation. Well, no, I take that back. Okay, no, I'd probably not. He'd be a number 2 there.
Who?
You can argue.
I forget because they got who did they get? They got Sonny Gray, right? Did he get injured or no?
If he's on the Twins, I'm gonna say yeah.
Probably. No, you know what? I would still probably take Taillon over Sonny Gray right now.
They got Tyler Mahle, Lopez.
Yeah, I'm looking at there right now.
Who are that? Or who's?
Free agent tracker. Jesus Christ, this is hard to follow. Starting rotation. Here we go. They have Fangraphs in their projections has the Twins rotation as follows: number 1, Pablo Lopez; number 2, Sonny Gray; number 3, Joe Ryan; number 4, Mahle; and number 5, Kenta Maeda's come back from Tommy John.
Oh, that's right. Ooh, I mean, okay,
Kenta's not bad. That's an okay rotation. That's a very well. I mean, although I still think the point stands is a very okay rotation.
Yes,
still a bunch of number 3s. Yeah.
So
like
according to
it's solid, but like it's not like
according to the projections,
so
the projections for Fangraphs for 2023, they don't have a pitcher with an ERA under 3.84.
Not good.
Exactly. Number 3.
And they don't have a pitcher with over 168 strikeouts.
Not good.
So, but they do have an elite closer. They have 2 pretty good closers, actually.
Oh yeah, that one dude. What's his name?
Ober. But
And
their closer is
Duran, yeah.
Duran, and then they got the Jorge Lopez. But
that's right.
Yes. Duran's a stud, dude. Duran's bona fide, dude. I think Duran's going to be a problem for a long time.
But yeah, and then we look at like their starting lineup. Like Correa, I think I'll always say it.
Here's their starting
lineup.
Where's
the Cubs got him, but like, where's the star power? Buxton can't stay healthy.
Projected opening day. Good now. Projected opening day starting lineup. They got Buxton playing center field, Correa short, Jorge Polanco at second, Max Kepler in right. Max Kepler's your 4-hitter.
Yeah, he's bad. Yeah.
Jose Miranda at third, Joey Gallo batting 6th in left field, Alex Kirilloff at first base, Christian Vasquez at catcher, and Nick Gordon batting 9th as your DH.
I think Nick Gordon had a couple big hits against the Sox. That's the only reason.
Terrible lineup. I don't like, I'm not like shaking in my boots over here. Like, oh no, look at the Twins lineup. But that's like solid. You can do a lot worse.
Yeah. Byron Buxton's projections for 2023, according to Fangraphs, 33 home runs.
Oh shit.
248, 313, slugging 515.
Just to stay consistent, because I wanted the Sox to get him. I think Joey Gallo's going to have a pretty good year.
They got him projected at 23 home runs.
Gallo's the type
with
of
a
guy.
Batting average of 191.
Oh yeah.
You know what though? 23 homers look pretty good in the Sox lineup right now.
Yeah,
in right field before.
Wait, so if you're on the page, right? How many games do they have projected for Buxton to play?
They have him at 560 plate appearances.
Oh shit! I mean, that's a pretty full season.
Yeah.
So I mean,
wait, when's the last time he played a full year?
That I don't know.
Has he played a full year?
Hold on, I'm interested to see in some of these. I didn't see this page for the White Sox, so I'm gonna go to this page where it's all broken down real nice.
Byron Buxton.
Real nice like.
By the way, quick survey question, just because I put it in the title.
Oh.
But Cubs, Sox, same division? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Then it would make the rivalry so
all for it, just because all the White Sox fans that hate the Cubs and all the Cubs fans that hate the White Sox, you'll finally won't look like a moron because they'll actually be rivals.
That's me.
Byron Buxton hasn't played.
Besides your hat, yes, you won't look like a moron.
It's fitting. Yeah, I agree.
Wait, what? Byron Buxton has only played more than 100 games once. 2017.
I'm so scared that that's going to be Luis Robert. All the talent in the world, but can't stay healthy.
Oh my god.
Very scared. So I have the projected White Sox page up now. The lineup's pretty standard. TA, Benintendi, Luis Robert, Eloy, Yohan, Vaughn, Grandal. They got Sheets in right field as of right now for opening day. And then Romy Gonzalez playing second. Who do you think they have hitting the most home runs?
Eloy,
How many?
27.
31.
You looked at this.
Swear to God, I didn't.
No,
31.
Mitch is the fucking
I'm
guy.
good
with
at
these.
that. I'm telling you.
All right.
Remember
Yeah,
when we did
yeah.
the baseball
Number one.
reference projections? He
That's
was
true.
all over.
They got how many homers for Luis Robert then? Psychic
I set my
Cowboy.
over/under at 21.5, so I'm going to stick around there. I'm going to say we'll go 22 for Luis.
I'll
Robert.
go 19.
They got him at 24.
All right, well, they
Ooh,
2 off.
okay.
You know.
And then here's a number, and I'm going to preference this with fuck Beefloaf. How many home runs do you think Andrew Vaughn has projected?
Vaughn 15 last year.
20.
It's going to increase. I'm go.
24. 25.
You should have went with
No,
your
I'm
gut,
going
although
20. I'm going 20.
26.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
You know.
26. And you know how earlier I said maybe the White Sox get crazy this year and have 2 guys with over 10 stolen bases? According to these projections, TA is going to have 17, Benintendi's going to have 10, Luis Robert's going to have 15.
There you
I agree with
go.
that. I think that sounds about right.
I'm really curious to see how much the pickoff rule and the bigger bases really fucks with this shit this year.
It
Yeah.
won't fuck with the Sox on the defensive end.
No, not at all.
Actually, it'll probably make it worse because they didn't pick off to begin with. They were horrible at holding runners on, and now the
Ooh.
bases are bigger, so like that teams are gonna be running roughshod all over them.
Buddy,
Wait, I was gonna ask you guys, how good was Grandal at like throwing guys?
Terrible.
Throwing guys. Oh,
not-
was
geez.
bad.
he's not
Reese
good, dude.
McGuire was a good pickup just because he threw guys out a relatively okay clip.
These projections got Grandal hitting 13 homers with a 226 batting average, 349 OBP, and slugging 394.
Oh my God, that slugging is so bad.
They don't trust the
That's-
new.
no, but for some
he-
reason they have Grandal stealing 1 base too this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's something in that algorithm.
Mitch, what about your boy? Can we talk about your boy Sebi? We need to talk about your boy Sebi.
Let's go.
This projection machine
Not
doesn't
great.
like your does not as high on Sebi as you, boss.
I think
not as high.
no.
I do think like 6 home runs for Seb. this
God
year.
damn it, Mitch. Yeah, 6 home runs they have for Seb.
Yeah.
What are we looking at batting average wise though, Mitch?
We'll go 223, but he's gonna look damn good doing it.
What do you think, Aldo? Projection for Sebi Zavala?
Savi-
batting
oh
average?
man, I wish I followed him more last year because I think that most of these are based off the previous year. I'll go 215.
It's probably gonna be in the ones. Yeah.
197.
All right. That's just
Better than Joey Gallo.
disrespectful to Seb.
just downright
Yeah,
disrespectful.
yeah.
Just downright
revenge tour.
disrespectful. So they don't even have projections for Oscar Colas on here. Their bench, they have Sebi, Jake Berger, Luis Garcia, and Victor Reyes.
Yeah.
Victor
He's
Reyes
gonna
on
probably
the
get some
bench.
time, honestly. Yeah.
They got him hitting 254, slugging 388.
Oh, okay, that's probably based on like the 16 games he's gonna play, though. How many at bats do they have for him?
105.
All right, that's not that many though.
No.
That's like 32 games.
Yeah.
The rotation, they have Cease, Lynn, Giolito, Clevenger, Kopech. They got Cease with 228 strikeouts,
Sounds about right.
358 ERA. Ooh, it's a little
A
little
little
up
high.
there, but it's updated. I mean, they have Crochet and Hendricks on the injury.
Oh, has anyone said anything about Crochet?
Just Fids. Literally,
Okay.
Fids is the only person I've seen talking about Garrett
Because
Crochet.
when did he have the Tommy John? April?
It's been over a year, or it'll be over a year when the season starts. So I think late March, early April.
I mean, he's not going to start the season.
Oh, his here, April 5th is when he had the surgery.
All right. Yeah, no, I mean, he's not going to be on the team until earliest May.
Right now, and according to this projection, they got Graveman as the closer.
I think that's what they'll go to at first.
Yeah.
I do too.
Disrespectful on Raylo. Not like
Not really. How many saves does he have in his career?
No, I'm just saying, you got to start somewhere. But no, they have him at a 3.92 ERA.
It's a bit high.
That's a little bit
Uh-huh.
high.
Bit high. It's a bit high.
Maybe he just had like one bad outing early in the
Uh,
season. He has to
ha-
chop it down.
It's the curse of the relievers, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The real question is where they got Joe Kelly at.
Ooh.
That's the guy that needs to bounce back. If this bullpen's going to survive, Joe Kelly's going to have to do better than
They
that.
got Joe Kelly with a 3.48 ERA, 1 save, 63 innings pitched, 51 hits to 30 walks, and 75 strikeouts.
All
You'd
I
take
agree.
that.
I'll take that. I will absolutely take that.
Yeah,
Not great, but
That's a bounce back.
Yeah.
Our boy Alex here in the comments says that Crochet will be ready about May.
Yeah, there you go.
works for me.
So apparently he's throwing heat.
He always
So,
throws these, though. Although actually, I
Um,
take that back because when he came back after his year averaging over 100 miles an hour, his velo was down. He was only averaging like 95 on the fastball. Still put together a good year though.
Yeah.
phew. Yeah,
Aaron
this
Bummer, is Aaron Bummer healthy?
is a good point too. Yeah, Aaron Bummer's healthy. They got him Aaron Bummer had a good year. Is going to have a good year here. 309 ERA with 2 saves, 66 innings pitched, 54 hits to 27 walks, 71 strikeouts. I mean, it's not great, but
That's pretty good. We'll take that.
I'll take
Aaron
that.
Bummer, before the Sox signed Hendricks, I thought Aaron Bummer was the closer of the future for you guys.
Oh yeah, Nebraska product. What's not to like? Lefty, Phil. And everyone's always saying, like, I remember Ethan Katz saying, it was like, yeah, his sinker's like the filthiest pitch I've ever seen.
If you can get good Aaron Bummer again, that would be colossal. That would be massive.
Here you go. Exercise for both of you. Well, I think, Zell, you're looking right at the numbers. So pick one position player, one starting pitcher, one relief pitcher who you think can do better than their projections. Or who you think will do better than the projections.
Seb's doing better than his projection.
I think the easy one is Cease.
Huh?
So
Oh, Cease was going to
No.
be number 2. Like he's the
I was going to go. My pitcher is going to be Giolito.
Okay.
They got him with a 4.04 ERA, 188 strikeouts. Yeah, I'm going to go with Giolito.
Okay.
That's a good pick.
Fair.
Just I don't steal it. I'll go Cease because they stay disrespecting Dylan Cease for whatever reason. Maybe it's
Not top 10 pitcher, Mitch.
Yeah,
They actually, in the power rank or whatever, for their overall, Cease is number 10.
they're discriminating against him because he does yoga and he likes like the frisbee golf, and they're like, frisbee golf, that's not a real man. We can't rank him in the top 10 for the MLB. So
I
that's
had a
not
hot take
discriminating.
on frisbee golf on Monday, and I got torched by a couple frauds.
Yeah. Oh,
I
the
don't-
frisbee golf community.
Look,
They'll come after you.
it's whatever, but
I think I said I could be high enough where my favorite color is elephant, and it still wouldn't be fun. There's
I'm
not
with
I
enough.
think I
Yeah,
say that
not
though because I
with
can't really throw a frisbee that well. It always curves too much.
There's different. They have these dudes that are like hardcore into it. They have like their driving frisbee. They're
They
like
have
shipping
multiple,
frisbee.
they're like golf clubs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
they have their putting frisbee.
Did you guys ever play that game with the frisbee, like with the trash can thing? And the
Yeah, that
little-
game is fun though. But
That's-
once again, I was terrible at it, which is probably why I don't like frisbee golf.
No, that game's fun when you hit it. Yeah, and I'm always good at knocking it down and
Knocking
doing
it
the
down.
one-handed catches.
Yeah.
But
I like you have to have a drink in your hand
Yes.
yeah, well, I'm
after a long day down on the
pretty
farm.
good at that.
It's good.
As far as position players are concerned, who I think is going to do better than these projections, I'll let Mitch take Sebi.
So Sebi, one more.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. Talented Italian we're talking about.
eh,
My man like that.
I mean, these are pretty close to what we just were saying earlier in this episode of where we need guys to be.
Okay. Wait, what do they have you on, Mancada at?
They have him hitting 247, slugging 407 with 17 home runs.
I ain't betting that one, Chief.
I
I
don't
just
want-
Moncada's the guy I'm not betting on in that lineup because you don't know what the hell you're gonna get.
What do they have TA? What are his numbers after being injured?
They
Or
have
after
him hit-
missing time?
They have him hitting 16 home runs, stealing 17 bases,
About right.
with a 289 batting average, a 322 OBP, and he's slugging 427.
I think he'll
Ooh.
be in the 290s, but that's not enough for me to be like he's gonna outperform that projection.
Yeah, a lot of these for this. There's not one jumping off the page at me like, oh, he's definitely going to do better than this.
Besides that,
Okay.
of course.
I'll ride with Andrew Vaughn.
What's Lurie Garcia's at? Maybe I'll hammer that one.
Larry Garcia, they got him hitting 251, slugging 343 with 2 home runs.
Damn.
There
That's
you
right.
go.
No, that's not.
Take the over, Mitch. Dean DeFranco.
So I'm gonna go. I'm
think
gonna
it's-
ride Andrew Vaughn. They have him hitting 266, slugging 468 with 26 home runs.
I think he
Okay.
hits higher than 2. Yeah.
I think he can. I think he can hit higher than 266.
What?
You know what? I'm with people there. I'll take the over on the Lurie home runs. That man's got power. When he was the leadoff man in 2019, 9 bombs. He's jacked.
Got to bring those balls back.
Exactly.
Yeah, come full circle back to the super.
Yeah, I
Aaron
mean-
Judge, yeah.
I think I like Lurie more than I should, just because like every game I went to that year, he just seemed to hit a home run. It was like absurd. Like there was one game against the Cubs, a crosstown game, and he hit the home run on the first pitch. He like didn't like John Lester's country music. He was like, "Shut up!" First pitch of the game, bomb. I was making an ass of myself in the upper deck, and then of course Wilson Contreras hit a grand slam the next half inning, and Cubs fans
And
throwing
then
beers at us. So,
Flash forward to 2023, and you're wearing a fucking cowboy hat doing cow reports in
There
Missouri.
you go.
yeah,
Looking
like
like John
me, I
Lester.
guess.
Who likes?
Hey, that's
country
some big
music
J
now?
journalism. Those cow reports. The farmers are relying on that.
I wish they gave projection on Oscar Colas though. I really wish they did that. I want to see it. I want to see it. Oh wait, they do have projections for Oscar Colas, but I don't know if these are AAA.
Does Colas have well, how many at bats do they have him for? That's how you can tell.
Yeah,
Maybe.
469.
I think they're projecting MLB.
They say max level in 22 AAA, which I don't think that's.
Oh, that says
correct.
22. That's just saying where
Oh,
he.
22. Yeah, I'm sorry. But they have him at 19 homers
You take that in a heartbeat.
in a
I
heartbeat.
think he hits. Yeah, I think that's about what he did.
In a heartbeat.
What do you think is more likely this season? Andrew Vaughn, 30 home runs. Michael Kopech, 170 innings
Vaughn.
How many home runs, 5 on?
for 30.
And how many innings you say for Kovac?
170.
Vaughn.
Okay. Okay.
In their projections here, they got Kovac pitching 141 innings.
And then
I don't know,
Vaughn,
that's-
that home run total seems high to me for the projections. 26.
It's going to be Vaughn's year, baby.
Hey, I mean, that'd be
It's gotta
fantastic for you
be.
guys.
Yeah, I mean that.
I mean, the White Sox could be going on a streak here. If Vaughn does turn out to be the guy, it could obviously not as couldn't win it with Abreu. But in terms of like first baseman, you're like up there with like Packers quarterbacks.
Yeah, I just.
You know what I think for
I'm trying to
Vaughn?
talk myself into Vaughn having a good year. It's going to
I-
be tough. It's going to be tough.
You were talking about it earlier this week. He's got the generic country song. I'll help him pick out a new one. I think that's going to turn him
That's-
around.
Send
that's
him your
gonna be-
I think
playlist.
that's where the issue is.
It's going to be a big first step. You get him a good walk-up song, get the juices flowing, whatever. It's funny to me that we're sitting here on February in the first couple weeks of February and we still don't even know what kind of baseball they're going to use this year.
And that's the thing. We're
don't
still
know
not
how
going to know
to
throughout
do
the
it,
season.
No.
We'll see what Luri's home run totals are at.
Well,
by
yeah,
May.
I think we'll notice when we see those home run numbers after the first couple months of the season.
Yeah.
But I mean, they gotta know that that's gonna be under like an extreme magnifying glass this whole season now.
Well, we're going to know right away because like all the batted ball data is out there. So like
Right.
they're going to be like, this guy hit it 112 miles per hour, 30 degree launch angle. It wasn't a home run. It's happening again.
Yeah,
everything else
there's
Yeah.
nowhere to hide. This isn't 1988 where there's you get the box score in the paper the next day. Everything's one click away now. Every analytic you can think of.
By the way, Andrew
You're
Vaughn's
doing
walk-up
baseball.
music should be the Psycho theme song. Like just strike
Just a
fear
straight
into the
trill.
opposing pitcher.
Just straight
Yeah.
yeah.
Just with like his blank stare.
That's true. He comes walking up.
Yeah, like that would
pitcher
be
shitting
terrifying.
himself. Oh, absolutely. I think you're onto something there.
With Andrew Vaughn's like just his look, no emotion. Give him the
Although
Psycho
if
music.
he starts getting in a slump, then it goes the opposite way, and everyone in the crowd's like, "Oh, innings killed! Damn it!"
What is Andrew Vaughn's walk-up song? What is the generic?
Something about a beer in a pickup truck, I think.
Hell yeah.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. I'm pretty sure it is.
Andrew Vaughn, Hell of a Night, Dustin Lynch.
Is
Never
that
heard
it?
of it.
I thought it was like, welcome to the show, something else. The twangy
Please
guitar.
keep singing.
Yeah,
Keep
no.
going, man. Keep going.
Hold on. Hell of a Night, Dustin Lynch. Get to the singing, Dustin.
Hot Saturday night.
See, there was beers in it.
Couple cans on cool and the needle on
This
full.
is not it, though. I don't think.
No,
That's
this
not
is
it. That might be his new one, but
no. This
I
is
thought you
recorded.
were talking about a Beef Love show. You're talking about a Jew.
no, it's "Welcome to the Show" is the song he had.
According to this article from August of last year, that was his walk-up song.
he
Maybe that
changed
is
it
the
mid-season.
song, but like, get to the chorus part.
MLB walk-up songs, fanatics.com. Let's see if it changes here.
That might have been the song. I just didn't get to the chorus yet.
No, this is a stupid article for that. Wait, if you go to Apple Music, because they played those games on Apple TV, can't you look up for teams walk-up songs? I'm pretty sure that was like a big a feature that they had.
You know who had a great walk-up song back in the day was Alexi Ramirez.
I loved Alexi Ramirez. I love Alexi.
I don't speak Spanish, so I don't know what it was, but it was pretty damn catchy.
So there's a list of walk-up songs.
Yeah, there we go. Alex got it. It's welcome to Cody Johnson. Welcome to the show. I'm telling.
If you played for the White Sox, what would your walk-up song be?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, it is "Welcome to the Show" here. It's on the Apple Music. Sounds like a wrestler.
It's a very generic song.
All right. First of all, bro, you're from California. This guy's talking about a fight in Houston. Like,
No, I'll throw that
Maybe
on
he
there.
moved.
When I'm disc jockeying tomorrow, I might slide that one in there in honor
Yeah,
of Andrew
Mitch
Vaughn.
moved from Missouri. Missouri.
Missouri. It's the most flavorless music possible.
It is.
100%.
It is, no doubt.
It 100% is.
He's got to make the switch to the psycho music. Just
I
for like
just
the
don't
first week.
understand how you can play for the Chicago White Sox and not have "Love Sosa" as your walk-up song.
Well,
I would
Lenine
be-
Sosa.
Mine would be Black Dog, Led Zeppelin. That's my walk-up song.
I'm coming at any home game on the south side of Chicago. I'm just busting "Love Sosa" and just coming up to the plate, fired up. Please
1
play
to
that
3
song.
tomorrow's my shift. I'll throw that Andrew Vaughn song on tomorrow after the
you
cattle
need-
report. I will.
Do they?
I'll throw it there.
So, is there a way to listen to your show live? Like, can you send a link?
CentralMoInfo.com. You can live stream all of the stations. I'll
Please
tweet it out. I'll tweet
tweet
it
it out
out
tomorrow.
when the Andrew Vaughn show is coming. I'll make it a little hidden message.
Will you
just
please
for,
dedicate it
back in
to?
the,
Will you dedicate it to your Uncle Beef in the south side of
yeah,
Chicago?
yeah, I got you.
Yes.
I will tweet right before, like 10 minutes before it's coming up. You can
Yes.
listen to the cattle report, and I'll throw it to welcome to the show.
Yes. Just, yeah, that'd be phenomenal.
Hopefully, my boss isn't listening.
Phenomenal.
Although, looking at the subscriber numbers, he's probably not. Subscribe.
Yes, I'm clipping that audio. I'm doing everything with it. Yes, 100%. So, yeah. I don't think he's on the team anymore, so I think that song's pretty available for "Love Sosa," which I get why he would have it, but
Well, Lenine Sosa has to take it.
he should.
I agree.
I think they need to bring us in as like walk-up song experts.
Well, whatever happened to their deal with Chance the Rapper? Did that just like quietly go?
Well, they
away?
didn't like his new album, so it just kind of.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
If we want to get deep into it, Chance was good, but I think a lot of his good songs were because of the features.
yeah,
Take away his
that's true too.
features.
I also think, yeah, Chance kind of went in a weird direction.
He loves his
he
wife,
got all
so
family oriented, which isn't
Yeah.
good for the rap game. You know, they don't want a family man in the rap game.
Hey, he raps about his wife a lot now.
That's the problem.
those are songs you can play for your wife. So
Eh. But yeah. Oh, well, there you go.
Bennett Sousa gave up that home run to Nick Madrigal in spring
Yeah.
training.
Right when that happens, he should have lost any Chief Keef usage of that song. You see the Nick Madrigal posting workout vids already? Gotta love that.
I'll be looking.
Love
Is he
it.
Danny Mendick jacked, or is it
Gotta love that.
like Nikki?
No, he's more
Fisher jacked?
leader of the Munchkin Parade on Wizard of Oz jacked. But he's posting videos of him squatting, doing these like weird. They all do weird workouts. It's like just lift heavy shit and put heavy shit back down. Like I don't understand, but
Like whatever Jim Tomey did, which is probably just chop wood. That's what guys should be doing.
Honestly,
Yep.
Peoria man, Jim Tomey.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah, just chop wood and like
Chop wood, carry it over.
drag park semi trucks. Like get back to the good old Herschel Walker. Didn't he always say all he did was push ups and sit ups?
Push-ups and sit-ups. Yeah.
Pre Herschel Walker, not current Herschel Walker.
Yeah.
'Cause we don't want to talk about that, but like football.
He still
player.
does that. I think he said.
I'm sure he does.
Wait, who? I just saw one athlete that was like, my exercise was going out and it was a football player.
Lane Johnson.
We
I don't know. I'm trying to think of
So
somebody
random.
that could be in the news right now.
already did it. No, all we said is it happens every year. We didn't do a whole bit on it because it does. I don't know. You guys got anything else? It's an hour and a half. I don't know.
Baseball related, anyway.
Oh no, but it is time, folks.
Oh, it's time.
It is time for the NASCAR Minute with NASCAR Mitch, and I do have questions for the NASCAR Minute, so this is going to be good.
I'm gonna let Zoe, before I get into it, I'll let you ask your questions first.
Hold on, I got to make sure I get this guy's name right.
The Bush Light guy from the video?
No, oh. So, you hear about Kyle Busch getting arrested in Mexico, getting 3 years of prison?
Yes, I did. Typical Kyle Busch. Kind of an
Right.
ass.
So basically, this asshole brought his piece with him on vacation down in Mexico, and when he was coming home, he forgot it was in his bag, so he got clipped at an airport, and they gave him 3 years today, but he's probably just gonna have to pay
NASCAR was ecstatic, though. They're like, maybe we can score another deal with the NRA. Way to go, Kyle.
Yeah, so, but basically, he's just gonna pay a big fine because they even let him go back to North Carolina.
It's
Right.
bad boy Kyle season now. You know, no longer is the candy on the car. He's got weed. He's packing heat to Mexico.
Yeah,
Kyle Busch off the chain.
yeah. He even tweeted out a fake apology where he's just like, I had all my paperwork, but apparently I left it in my bag. It was like that. You're not apologizing, dude. Like that's not an apology. So
He's like, my bad.
yeah, basically he's just
That
like,
was just basically what he
yeah,
said.
he was just more upset that he got caught. Like he was just like, oh shit. Yeah.
Well, on to the Clash in Southern California. It was pretty hyped. The Heisman winner, Caleb Williams, is there. He's waving the green flag. Wiz Khalifa letting everyone know who the boys were. Cypress Hill was thinking about being insane in the brain, probably for agreeing to do that concert. But who cares? It was a lot. I mean, the track was tiny. They got like 23 cars on there. They're all bumping and banging around. Kevin Harvick, he doesn't give a fuck. He barely got into the last chance qualifier, but he's pushing guys around. Eric Almirola, he had the lead early. Bacon car, he's cooking. That doesn't last long. Truex shoves him out of the way. There's a lot more cautions like galore because everyone, no rules. It's like a high school dance, just bumping and grinding everywhere. Ross Chastain, he knocked the shit out of Denny Hamlin, his old friend. That was pretty lit. Bubba Wallace, he took the lead with the DoorDash car, the number 23, the old GOAT's number. So he has the lead. Then Priest Lightning, the rookie. He takes the lead from Bubba like halfway through the race. Ryan Priest, he's a rookie. he lost. Like they replaced him with Cole Custer last year, and his boss was doing the broadcast. So he's trying to impress the boss there, Ryan Priest, and he did just that. He takes the lead, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, is the rookie going to pull this off?" No, he wasn't going to pull it off. He got ran down. Wallace took the lead back from him, but then Kevin Harvick's in the back, causing more cautions, just running into everything that moved. Kyle Busch had a fast car. He's working his way near the front with his BetMGM car, so he's supporting weed, gambling, and packing heat to Mexico. Just an awful human being. Joey Logano's like, haha, take that, buddy. He comes in, too hot in the corner, knocks the crap out of Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch is all pissed off because, they were all buddy-buddy before the broadcast, like talking in the pregame, and then Kyle Busch is like, what an asshole. He's a two-faced son of a bitch. So he's coming up like Jaws, like through the field, slowly starting to pick him off. Catches up to Joey, and he's following Joey everywhere. They're like, oh, is he going to get redemption? Eventually, Kyle's just like, I'm passing him. I'm trying to win this race. Fuck you, Joey. I'll get you later in the season. So he's trying to run him down. Truex takes the lead. His teammate Dylan's in second, and Busch is there. I think Busch actually took second, and then he let Dylan pass him because he realized he didn't have the car. But Martin Truex Jr., who just got divorced this offseason, he was down in the dumps. He's like, you know what? I'm going to win this race, get the Busch light after the race. And, we're going to kick things off on the right note. So Martin Truex Jr., he took home the first exhibition race of the season. Wild season race. Daytona's coming up in 2 weeks. It's exciting. It should be a good one. There you have it. That's a NASCAR.
Wait, who won?
Martin Truex Jr. The guy who got divorced in the offseason.
I don't know why that's relevant, but all right.
This Padres pitch is shitting bricks right now. Why? Because Danny fucking Burgess is up and back. Guy just ordered Shake Shack straight to the dugout.
Oh, man.
It's not relevant, though, but I know with all those names, you're not going to memorize all of them. So, it's like flashcards. You got to associate them with someone.
Yeah. Who should I be betting on for the Daytona 500? That's good Daytona 500 music. Let that keep rolling.
There you go. Well, so there's a lot riding in the Daytona 500. If Cody Ware wins the race, Aldo wins his bet that was placed earlier, $5 bet. And I'd have to see what that pays right now. I forget, but it's well over $100. So
Ooh.
Cody Ware probably not going to win because he's Cody Ware, but Daytona, anything's possible. Daniel Suarez, if he wins, I have to dance the Pitbull on the podcast because a couple weeks ago.
In your cowboy hat.
And
I kind of like if you were gonna place a bet, like sneaky one that's good on super speedways is Brad Keselowski. I think he was kind of sandbagging
is that
it.
the guy from Monsters Inc.?
I was gonna say so.
No, that's Mike. He used to have a really cool Miller Lite car back in the day.
Nope, don't like
And
him.
now he's now he's at Roush Fenway, so I think
Don't
he'd
like
be a
him.
good one.
All right. Well, Alex seems to be big on Kyle Busch in the comments.
It was funny with that beef because him and Joey don't like each other, and so they're at the broadcast before because they had like heat races to get into the main show because it's so small. So like after the heat races, they're talking to the broadcast booth, and they're being all nice, and like secretly they don't like each other, but they were playing nice. And then Joey like wrecks him during the race. So afterwards, Kyle Busch is like, he's so two-faced. What a fucking asshole, basically. Like, he's going to be nice to me on the broadcast and like a jerk on the racetrack. And then Joey Logano on his radio show came. He's like, yeah, I am kind of two-faced. When I get in the wheel, it's just a whole different ballgame. You got to be an asshole out on the track. It's better than being an asshole all the time. Short track racing. So, that's going to be a fun rivalry to watch as the season goes along.
I need more of that impression. So, yeah. That sounded like Who Framed Roger Rabbit when the guy is out there.
Yeah, that's how he sounds, though, if you listen to him.
Yeah. All right. Well, NASCAR season's in full effect, so NASCAR Minute's going to be back to being.
This is an exhibition race, too. Wait till Daytona. Oh, NASCAR Minute's going to be electric.
Who isn't waiting for Daytona? I mean, let's go.
It's going to be good.
No shit.
Go Cody.
What a fucking
Don't you
show.
patronize me.
Yeah, so let's just end it there.
I think so.
Mitch is going to tweet out his link tomorrow. I'm going to need a big. What time should we be expecting it?
My shift's between 1 and 3, so I'll see the best time when I can fit the song. Because the key is I got to go in the log and like get rid of the songs I don't like and insert the songs I want. So hopefully it's welcome to the shows in there. I'd imagine it would be. And
I
if it is,
gotta-
we'll tweet it out.
That's like the most country radio station song
Yeah,
I think I've
It's
ever heard. in my
got to
life.
be.
So,
I'll
all
try
right.
and find a cattle report too. So you get a cattle report and welcome to the show. And we'll do a sneaky message to the White Sox fans that listen to you.
Any
We'll-
truth to the rumor that you might cry if Kyle Busch wins Daytona?
No, see, there's this conception that I hate Kyle Busch. I think he's great for the sport. I just think he's an asshole.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I just think he's a douche. I don't
Fair
hate.
enough.
I mean, I have no problem if he wins.
Fair enough. All right. Well, for Aldo, Cowboy Mitch, I'm Zoe. Fids will be back next week. We'll see you guys then. Go buy some merch and subscribe, you fucking idiots.